I was kept there for 5 weeks. During that time, for 3 times, they woke me up in the middle of the night, put my feet in ice, and told me that they were giving orders to kill me. My name is Alfredo Romero. While I was working with a construction company, Italian construction company, we found some documentation that had very large money discrepancies from what the current governor of the state of Jalisco, his name is Aristoteles, and he had gotten receipts for 120,000 pesos to fix the Minerva, which is a drive circle at the entrance of the city. He paid 120,000 pesos for it, and he charged the city 1,200,000. So 10 times. The rest of the money was clearly known that it would be for his campaign. Also was able to read an email that he sent to the construction company that I was with. And in this email, he said that they could have the contract to Digital City, which is a project that is being approved and not developed yet in Guadalajara. It's a very coveted contract because it's going to be a lot of money for whoever constructs this. So he was saying, give me $15 million and you will have this contract. This contract is supposed to be positioned according to bids. Everybody is welcome to open the bid, and governor is not the person who decides who does this. It's a council, a city council that does that. So the fact that he's making that decision or selling the opportunity to have the contract are both illegal. I had the information, and I brought it to a citizen organization that I was a part of, or I am a part of, even though I'm not active currently with them. They're called Ciudad para Todos. And this organization was going to decide what to do with it. And we started preparing a few events. We actually had a cultural event that was in planning. And we were going to do a meeting regarding that, but the night before that happened, I was picked up at my house. I woke up at 4 in the morning with one guy grabbing each one of my legs and one guy grabbing each one of my arms. Another one with a Mexico City accent telling me that don't worry, we're taking you to a spiritual retreat. And they all laughed. Took me in the car. The documentation and evidence of these couple of items of corruption that I found were not in my house when I got back to it. I was given one bowl of broiled vegetables every day, potatoes and carrots, chayote, just, kind of like so I didn't die. There was a bucket to go to the bathroom in. And I was in this house where the only thing I could see was a wall in front of the window where in the room where I was kept. I was not able to go outside of the room. The room was locked up all of the time. Only when they took me out for one reason or another. The room that I was in was empty. They sat me on this fold-out chair, and they put my feet in a kind of bucket with ice water in it. There were at least the 5 people that took me originally from my house in there all of the time, or at most times. At least when I was outside of the room and I was being threatened by them, it sounded like at least 4 or 5 voices. It was about 3, 4 in the morning. Every one of these times, they got me up. They put a bag which was kind of like one of those pull string bags that you use for groceries or something. Put it over there. They tied it up around my head. They didn't tie me up. They grabbed my arms and twisted them over my back. And then they walked me, pushed me quite a bit, sounded scary, trying to be intimidating. And then they sat me on the chair forcefully. They put my feet in ice, in a bucket of ice, and they started telling me, okay, they gave us the order, man. That's it, you're toast. They didn't use the word toast in Spanish. It was a bad word, but they said they put something metallic over my head, which I assumed was a gun. It kind of made the sounds of a gun. And they told me, well, we received the order, you're toast, we're gonna kill you now. And then they would push the metal part on my head several times. It actually hurt quite a bit, and they would kind of be scary, and then they would take me back up to the room. Says, no, not today, ha ha ha. And one of the guys was saying, they're not gonna kill you, just be okay, they're not gonna kill you. One of the guys probably felt bad for me, you know. They're not gonna kill you, just be cool. They told me that if also, you know, at the end when they were dropping me off with only my pants on in Santa Lucia, they told me, if you disclose or talk to anybody about any of this stuff that you learned in your last job, you are going to be disappeared permanently. When I was left there in Santa Lucia, I felt very angry. That was my first feeling. I called my family. My brother came over and picked me up. He asked me what I needed. I needed a coffee, so we went for a coffee and for a pack of cigarettes. And from there, I told him I want to go to the radio station. He was advising me not to do that. He was advising me to go back to the United States, which is where I had lived shortly before this happened, and to let it go. And I was very angry. In fact, I believe that what they did with their actions have motivated me to become much more active. I am currently with several citizens groups that look in different ways to better Mexico and better its government, the conscience of people. The first thing that I did was go to Channel 7's radio station and said everything that had happened at the time. The theory of me going to the radio station immediately was that if you are very visible, if something happens to you, people will know why and will know who. The Mexican police are cowards. When they would stop me in my motorcycle and search me, I would always stand up and start yelling at the people passing by, hey, look at this, be witnesses of this. They are violating my civil rights. They're searching my motorcycle and myself without any cause, without any warrant, without any permission. This is illegal and this is violating my human rights. And usually the response of the people would be to stand there and watch, and they would leave. You know, they would leave. They don't like to they will do very bad things, the police and the military, in the name or ordered by the government, but they don't like to do it in public. They like to be very discreet about it. They like to violate human rights and have nobody notice. That's no longer the case. We all know, the whole world knows that Mexico has a government that is violating human rights, left and right, and that they are, well, maybe this is not something they know, but they are disassembling the country like it's a bankrupt company and they're selling it in pieces. I would advise you to not stop working in what you're doing. If the reason why you are being threatened at one point in your social work, or the reason why you are being harassed, is because there will be there's already a reaction from the people that you are attacking, from the interests that you are attacking. If you are fighting corruption, those corrupt people will use any means they can get a hold of to attack you in order to stop you from doing that. So if you see that you are being threatened, or if you see that you're being accosted, do not stop. Get yourself visible, get yourself secure, get your family secure as well, and notify everybody you know. The worst thing you can do is be quiet, because then they won. Now that we've reached the bottom of all things, because I don't know how much further down we can go, now that we reached that bottom, it's time to unite, and it's time to go up together. It's time to start believing in the worthiness of being a Mexican, the value of not being afraid to speak up, to say what you think, to face your congressman, your president, your governor, and tell him, you are not doing the job that I am paying you to do. These people are your employees. You're not at their service. They're not royalty. They're not chosen by God to be there. They are people that are imposed to us, or in some occasions elected by us, but they are our employees. So don't be afraid to speak up. If something is wrong, make it right. Don't just leave it there, or don't look away because it doesn't affect you directly. It does affect you in some way, and if you look for it, you'll find it.
My name is Joseph Lozito. On February 12, 2011, my life was changed forever. It happened on the subway just like this. I got up that morning, it was like any other morning. I get on the train, I enter the train, I come right to this seat where I'm sitting right now. I sit down, it's the first seat in the first car. On the other side of this wall is the engine